So it's 30 years since that iconic Indy 500 in 1993, where three Formula One world champions duked it out. I'm very, very lucky to be joined by two of them, Mario Andretti and Emerson Fittipaldi. Now, Mario, you headed to Indianapolis second in points. You won at Phoenix, I think I'm right in saying. So from your perspective, full of confidence.
Well, indeed, I think we had the package. Quite honestly, I think Nigel was going very well also. And
how much was it? Was it a surprise, his pace? Because he crashed at Phoenix, and this was essentially his first oval. Did he get much running in the month of May? And was his pace in the race a surprise?
Well, I was never surprised for his performance. You know, Nigel was there. You know, he absorbed, he adapted very quickly to these cars and also to the oval situation. And probably what he didn't know is what helped him. Like he had no idea how close he was to some disaster situations. And I think he tasted some of that at Phoenix, obviously, but at Indy could have been a little bit worse.
And something happened on the race that was, it happened, possibly happened to Mario before. I come to the pit, one of the pit stops was yellow. I come in, I stop on the pit, and no action. And then I look, the mechanics give me a bad sign for me to get out. And then Chuck come on the radio, say, "Here." I said, "I'm here, I'm here." I was on the Budweiser pit.
When do you start thinking that you might be able to win this Indianapolis 500? Because a lot of the time people say you don't win the 500, the 500 chooses you. But at this stage, you must have felt right that this is one that I can definitely win.
Yeah, I mean, during the yellow, just before the green, I felt, that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to be in the lead and be in clean air. And I find myself in the lead after the last pit stop. And then, Lord and behold, my engineer, without me asking, he put on the smallest stagger, small stagger, and that ruined my race because I never asked for any changes. And I always worried that I would go to an oversteer situation. When the race started, I went into turn 2, I almost hit the wall. The car just went straight. And I think that's when Emerson went by me.
And it was funny because listen, Mario now, what his comment, it's crazy because I pick up 7 sets of tires for the race. And I was very picky with Goodyear. I always did a run of each set before the race to choose. Actually, I ran over 30 different sets to pick up 7 to get exactly the right stagger. And my last run, I had the best set left for the last run. And it was a perfect set. And that was exactly opposite to happen to Mario. I had the best set at the right time, the last run. And then on the restart, it was incredible with Nigel. And something that Mario knows this, but I want to talk about Nigel. Because most of the race was behind Nigel, by coincidence. First time Nigel ran Indianapolis. And every lap coming to turn 3, when you hit the little bump at the apex, there was a bump. And I could see Nigel losing the back end, putting opposite lock. And then I called Chuck. Chuck Sprague was my team leader. And I called Chuck and I said, "Chuck, he's going to crash. He's going to crash." And the whole race never crashed. Typical Nigel. I never saw anybody driving so fast, putting every lap in turn 3, I could see the gloves from Nigel through the cockpit, putting opposite lock to control the car. And I was thinking, if he crashed the wall, I'm going to collect. And I was there and I couldn't pass Nigel.
That restart, lap 186, what did you do at that restart? Because you really did fly straight away, passing Nigel and not looking back.
Well, I was trying to be prepared as much as I could, and I say it's the only chance to pass Nigel. I was able to run together with Nigel, but I didn't have much more speed than Nigel. We were about the same speed. I say if I'm able to do a good start, and it happened. You know, I was prepared. I tried to be as soon as possible on the power. I got everything right, and I remember I took the lead, and then I was concerning. I was thinking on taking the four corners flat, and I had the best set of tires on my car. Like I told you before, was a fantastic balance. The car was perfect, and then something happened. Roger got very excited, and immediately Roger comes on the radio and took away Chuck. And I had the rule of Chuck that I say only talk to me in front of the pit, because I didn't like, some drivers like to talk on the radio. I never like, and used to take my concentration away. And I always had this rule on talk to me in front of the pit. And then I hear Roger, yes, Emerson, yes. He's down, he's up, he's coming. Nigel's there, you know, and I was quiet, trying to take the four corners flat out. Mario knows how difficult it is to take out. I had clear, nobody ahead of me, the best, you know, downforce I could get on the car. And I was marginal to take flat. Then Nigel could not get so much close to me. And it was only a few laps to go. And after 3-4 laps that Roger was there, I just screamed at the radio, Roger, shut up. There was a big silence. He never spoke to me. And then I was thinking myself, now I have to win the race. And imagine the captain.
Otherwise, you're fired.
Yeah.
I was going to be fired. But it happened. Roger never talked to me, only when we finished the race.
Here comes Fittipaldi, Emerson Fittipaldi. The final turn for home, the checkered flag, and Emerson Fittipaldi has won his second Indianapolis 500.